Hi, I am Vinod Jayawardhan. I am going to present you the 2D game which I made for the selection program in Java Institute. So let's see how my game works. First of all, let me introduce about my game. I have named this game as the Pumpkin Man. I have made this game using HTML, CSS and JavaScript through Visual Studio Code. There are two levels in my game. I have used enter key and space key to run this game. Further, I have included resources such as sound effects, backgrounds, sprites, etc. Now we will see how my game works. So now I will show the backend or else the codings which are used to make this game. First of all, I will show the HTML file which I used to make this game for both level 1 and 2. So now you can see the HTML file which I used to make the level 1. So so first of all, I have used the HTML version file tag to make this game. In this HTML file I have used div tags, image tags for the buttons to decorate my page. So now you can see this page. Next I will show you the HTML file which I used to make the level 2. So as mentioned earlier, I have used the HTML version file tag. Further, I have include the title and I have linked both the HTML files to the CSS files and JavaScript file. In addition to that, I have include tags such as image tag, div tags, buttons, etc. So next we will see the styles or the CSS which I apply for these games. So this is the level 1 CSS file. I have applied CSS for the player, next for the background, for the body, for the blocks or else the obstacles, to make the score, the end screen and the end score, and further the buttons, the levels. So if I explain it from the beginning, I have used positions and width and margin tops to make the player. Further, I have included the background images for the to apply CSS for the background, and further the overflow X, which means it used to get the whole screen without scrolling up. The body, the CSS which I apply for the body has been used to stop the scrolling of the button and to give the full to give a full view of the game. The obstacle, I have applied CSS for the obstacles also, as I mentioned earlier. Here I have used flames for the level 1. The background size I have used to give the background size which I used for this is cover. I have used width and height for this game. Further, the margin tops for the obstacles. Next, the score which I used for this game, I have applied CSS for the scores. So in here, I have make position as absolute, and further I have used font size, font weight, font families, margin left and margin top. Next, I have used the CSS for the end screen. Here also I have applied position as absolute, width as 500, pixels, height 350 pixels. Further, I have used font family as Arial, font weight as bold, font size as 60 pixels, and further I have in order to make it center, I have used justify content and align items, and I have used the display as flex. Further, in addition to that, I have used the visibility, which means it disappears the end screen icon at the beginning, and it helps to appear the icon at the end of the after the game over. So next I will show the end score and the buttons, the CSS files which are used for this. So in here, as above, I have used the position as absolute, then width, height, further font family, font weight, font size, and at extra I have used borders, border radius, and background colors and text decorations. And this is my final CSS file used for the level 1. Next I will show the CSS file I have used to link for the level 2. So from the beginning, I have applied CSS for the player, background, body, block, score, the in one or else the obstacles, the end score, and the button, and the levels, and again buttons. So if I explain from the briefly, I have apply all the same CSS as mentioned in the style for the, as mentioned early in the level 1 for this level 2 also. So an extra I have add some obstacle and some level 2 GIF images as obstacles such as dragons, and further I have include a new background image for this. So this is my CSS file for the level 2. Next I will show you the JavaScript file which I linked with level 1 HTML file. So first of all, I have called my function for the enter key and the space key. Next I have made the codes for the to make the run of the sprite or the character. So here I have used if conditions to give certain limitations for the run image number and to make the movements accurately. Further, next I have make codings for the jump image for the to make jump of the character. Here I have used assign variables jump image number, jump work ID, boy margin top to ease my work. So here also I have used if conditions to make this make the jump of the player very accurately and very easily. So now you can see the jump codes. Next I will show the codes related to the move background. When I played the game, you would have seen that I have used the background of the image is moving. So I have used codes to write to move the background. So here you can see I have called the function as move background, and I have move 20 pixels negative against the player to move the background. So here next I will show you the create block or else the obstacles which I create for this. So here I have assigned variables as well as I have include a mathematical formula or equation to make the obstacles random from each other. Next I will show the move block, the move blocks. So when I played the game, you have seen that I have the obstacles are moving towards the sprite or the player. So I have write the codes to move the block. Here I have used a for loop because in order to make the blocks unlimited in the game. Further, I have assigned another if condition to get a specific range between the obstacle and the player. Next I have include the score. uh, Include the score, I have write codes to display the score. As the score is changing constantly, I have used variables to make this change, and further I have assigned it through the to the HTML file. So the dead, next you can see the dead function of this game, and I have called the function called dead, and I use the if condition to make to continue the dead function of the game when the player hits with the obstacle. Finally, I have used the idle image of the character. In idle image means it helps to make the sprite more familiar to you, more familiar to the user, and it gives a live experience for the user, and it also helps to increase the attractiveness of the game. Finally, I have called the reload function. When both levels end, so you can jump to the first level again. So now I will show you the script file format I have used for the level 2. So as mentioned, I have first of all I have called the function for both int and space key. Next I have include the run, make the run images of the sprite. Next I have used to make the jump image of the sprite using if conditions. Next I will show the move background, the codes for the move background. I have called the function the move background, and used to move the background negative 20 pixels from the player. Next I will show the create blocks codes which I used to make the obstacles. So here I create a dragon as obstacle, so this helps to change the continuity of the game, so through this it will helps to it will not lead the user to make boring, so including a new level. So now you can see the codes related to move block. So here are the codes related to score, and the codes related to dead of the player, and finally the idle and the reload function. I have used commonly the sound effects to both levels. So first I have used the sound effect on game sound, then the run sound of the image, so jump sound, and finally dead sound. So by including these sounds effects, it helps the player to enjoy a live experience and to make the play the game uh, with one focus attention. So this will helps to give up the ratings of the game. So finally I will conclude this by saying, so this is about my game. So I gain a vast knowledge about coding through the selection program. So within these 10 days I have learned to make a game. So thank you for Java Institute for helping me to make me up for this level.